Our top story tonight. The hunt escalates for former S.H.I.E.L.D. Director Tony Stark. In addition, the Crossed Plague continues to spread with no cure in sight. Those stories and more on tonight's edition of Earth's Mightiest News. Good evening, I'm Luke Brown. With me tonight is Chris Buek, who has more on the search for the man Hammer considers America's most wanted.
Thanks, Luke. The man many of you know as former superhero Iron Man is currently the target of a nationwide manhunt headed by the director of Hammer, Norman Osborn. Tony Stark was last sighted over the Atlantic Ocean in the midst of a battle with registered superhero War Machine, who reportedly bested the fugitive in aerial combat. Hammer's Norman Osborn believes that Stark is still alive and has gone on record saying, and I quote, "I will not rest until Spider-Man is brought to justice before the American people." Must have been a typo in the press release. I believe he meant Iron Man there. In related news, former assistant to Mr. Stark, Virginia Potts, donning what appeared to be a modified version of the Iron Man armor, was arrested at Seattle-Tacoma International Airport after guiding a malfunctioning plane to safety. We'll keep you updated as more on this story breaks.
One of the worst biological disasters in our planet's great history, the outbreak many are referring to as the Crossed Plague, continues to wreak havoc across southern Colorado. Communications with that area of the state have been cut off, but the few images that have made it through the media blackout are harrowing, to say the least. Parents, be warned, the images we are about to show are not for children, and those of you with weak constitutions would do well to avert your eyes. The CDC has assured us that the virus is currently contained in an area roughly the size of Delaware, but advises residents near the areas they've quarantined to stay alert. If someone you know becomes suddenly aggressive, begins acting out of the ordinary, or bears the virus's trademark cross scar across his or her face, do not hesitate to notify your local authorities.
As many of you know, just a few days ago, the planet Hala fell victim to a surprise siege from the Shi'ar during the royal wedding between the former Kree leader, Ronan the Accuser, and the Inhuman Crystal. Speaking on behalf of her husband, Black Bolt, Queen of the Inhumans, Medusa, decreed a state of war between the Kree and Shi'ar. The Kree-Inhuman retaliation has been swift and brutal, with casualties on both sides escalating into the tens of thousands in mere days. Many world leaders are preparing for the worst, with several calling this potentially the most devastating deep space battle since the Annihilation event. You can be sure that as the conflict continues, we here at EMN will be bringing you the latest.
We've just received word from our affiliates in Space Sector 1760 that the planet Daxam has been overrun by the Sinestro Corps. While details are sparse, it's been reported that the Green Lantern Corps have been sent to investigate. Our interstellar reporter Jonathan Cooper was unable to be reached, but we're sure as soon as something more develops, he'll be there to fill us in. That's it for tonight. For Chris Buek, I'm Luke Brown saying, keep your eyes on the sky. Good night.